But what I don't like about the experiences that we're feeling is that why why are we why are we here? Why
Yeah.
what is happening? Welcome to Under the Sink Show. My name is Kyla from the Love Club, and I am your host. This is a place where we talk about things under your metaphorical sink and occasionally things that are physically under your sink. Either way, we will spiral, and that is the entire premise of the show, of this podcast, of this project. Why am I doing this? Hello, my Lababu cult. How are you? How is everyone? I do hope that you had a lovely and stress free Easter break. What did I do during Easter? I did a lot. I was writing. I did a lot of writing, including for this show and then all the other things that I'm doing. And then I went to Shane and Joe's, and we ended up watching Himala because it was on Netflix. Easily one of the best films ever. The entire time I was watching the film, I was like, this is the best film ever. Like I love this so much. It is so spectacular. Everything, the acting, the lines, the cinematography, the fact that it was filmed using film. Also, R.I.P. Nora Honor. Oh my God. I mean, a moment of silence. Whew. Okay. Segue. So I ran an open call for Sync Thoughts, and two of you replied. Azel, who will be a featured guest, so stay tuned, replied with the most out of context phrase. She said, Indian people obstacle race. And I did not know what to do with that info. She ended up showing me what she meant, and it was a series of TikTok videos of people from India, children, in fact, playing obstacle games. I don't know what to do with that information, Azel. What? And then the other person was Carla. Hi, Carla, sending me a very sad one. She said, the tree outside the house I grew up in. Do they wonder why I don't drop by anymore? Carla, how dare you? Like, now I'm thinking about all the non human things I've ghosted. And between you and me, you, the listener, I tend to personify things. I name things and I get attached to it. I am easily attached to things and to people, in fact. And I just bought a new air conditioner and I named it. Okay, her name is Malamigna. But yes, Carla, you sent me to a rabbit hole of things that only exist now in my memories. I grew up surrounded by three acacia trees, and I am sad to say that one of them was uprooted during the super typhoon. But I immediately went to Google Maps to check if the other acacia was still there, and I am happy to say that it is. But now I am sad because what if it's just there holding memories I forgot to thank it for? Or like thinking, where is Kyla? Where is that little girl who just runs around in the backyard looking at frogs? And do you ever think about how trees witness things they'll never be able to say? Like a murder? This is what I get for asking you guys to send me sync thoughts. I get sync feelings. But let me let me shake it off for a bit and introduce you to our guest for today. She is a writer. She is an awesome artsy mother of two. She is also from Cebu, and I am very excited for you to meet her. So everyone, please welcome Sham.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
How are you? Welcome to the sink.
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having. This is actually
Yes,
my
thank you.
first ever podcast. So
Oh my god,
yeah,
really?
yes, you popped my podcaster. Sorry.
Your bingo card. Your life
Yes.
bingo card podcaster.
Podcast
Podcast
done.
cast.
2025. Wish.
But are you still doing the book reviews sa TikTok?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd like to. I'm still reading, but it's just time and work, life.
Yeah.
So, and then you know how, like, when you're trying to create something and you want it to be like good and sort of worthy at least, you want to put effort
Yeah.
into it. So you need like to be in the proper headspace. You don't want to be rushing. So,
Yeah.
oh no, like it does take time to create those, at least for me, especially the book reviews, because like those I really do sort of like care for and I want it to be good quality, but it's a
But
struggle.
anyway, welcome to the sink. We are in a sink right now, imaginary sink. And it's nice that I get to talk to you because I think we never hanged out na kitara, a full blown hangout.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true. I
Like
think I do remember
it,
that one time though that the three of us, like you, me, and Ira, hung out and
yes,
we
we
first went.
yeah, we
Yeah,
did that.
we met up
And yeah,
first.
mix.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm excited because this is our first conversation and we've kind of like been admirers of each other's works, like being artsy and all. And also, you are like the coolest mom
Oh, shut
ever. And like
up. Stop.
when I look at you, I was like, when I think of you, it's like you remind me of my mom minus my mom's anger. Because like she was always angry. Because you're so calm and collected, and literally you are
Oh
very calm.
no.
Like
Girl.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
thanks. I like that you see me that way. That means a lot. But yeah, I do have my moments though of anger but yeah, like thank you for thinking I'm a cool mom. That's
I,
actually the goal. Excuse me.
you are.
Thank you. But yeah, again, it's like the compliments and I'm like
Yes, you, you are melting. But yes, I
yeah.
understand. It's also hard giving a compliment because, like, even when I give especially if I give my friends compliment, I don't look them in the eye. Like, you're good, man. Like, you're doing a really great job.
Go
Don't
you.
look at me. Don't look at me when I'm giving you a compliment.
No, really. I
But
find myself like sort of the opposite. Like I find it so easy to I mean, not that it's like it means nothing. Like it's easy and then it means nothing. But like I don't know. I like expressing that I appreciate, this person or what they do and blah blah blah. But then when I'm receiving that, it's like, oh, stop, like bye.
yeah,
You know.
being vulnerable is just hard. So, to connect that, I think I have to ask you the magical question that everybody is wondering. What is under your sink, Sham?
Hello. Yeah. Under
You
my
showed me
sink.
you showed me your sink like a dick pic.
Girl, I mean, gonna
It's
actually,
funny.
yeah, no, because I felt like, oh my gosh, like I should show her my actual sink. Because like listening to your show
Yes,
already
yes.
makes me think about my actual under the sink.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, and then I see the space and it's so messy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would be the perfect guest to be on Kyla's show because, like, as you can see with the visuals, there is a lot of things down there. I actually have notes here. What I have noted is it's messy, and then the second bullet point is I think I have to be a better under sink owner because it's so messy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Under
and
sink owner.
the under sink owner. And then with that, I sort of realized that with all the mess happening there, internally, it seems like I have this tendency to cling to a lot of things. I find it hard to let go. With that, I don't know if this happens to you. Like, this might be another sort of like similar to the poll that you ran. I don't know, like, for example, like I'm imagining this interaction sa ato with like the podcast and everything. So once it's done later at night before I go to sleep, I will for sure be thinking about, oh my gosh, what did I say on that show? I'd
Yeah,
be like
that's me.
overthinking, right? Like overthinking everything. And then some nights, even, or like some random moments, I just think about this one time 5 years ago where I was talking to someone and I said something that I really remembered yun na murag etched yun siya sa akong head. And I'm like, why did I say that? How do I take it back? Blah, blah, blah. So that sort of, again, is kind of related to my tendency
Yeah.
to cling to stuff. There's also like a lot of anger down there, I feel like. Or not
Yeah.
the anger actually, but I don't really
Just
say.
raw emotion.
Yeah, yeah. But then it's like under the sink, so I don't exactly like I choose the people I share this to. But now
Yeah.
it's like on the podcast, so but
Yeah, I get it.
but yeah,
I get it.
and then I feel like I avoid dealing with those emotions a lot. Like I sort of force this positivity nga, kind of positivity nga. Oh, it's fine, like I'll just brush it off, you know. And then suddenly, moments later, it creeps back in and say, "Hey, you have to feel me. Like this is an emotion that you have to feel.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn something from this." So I saw this TikTok the other day, and then the person was basically saying that like we're so good at talking about healing, like putting some aesthetics in it and making it very,
Yeah.
you
Like
know,
healing era.
yeah, and then self care and like boundaries and all that. But then we sort of forget how ugly it is to heal. I'm not sure, you probably seen that TikTok, I guess. Like it is very ugly. It's like, you know, if I think about how ugly it is to heal, like I see myself facing this very spiteful version of me. I keep denying it. Like, no, there's this person, this version of me does not exist. Like I'm very kind, blah blah blah. But then actually there is this version, like there is this spiteful version of me. But then yeah, so I don't know. Like help me,
Yeah.
Kyla. This is
Why? That is
therapy.
so funny. Wait.
Panic.
But first of all, thank you for sharing. And I like the topic of clinging to things and clinging to situations because that is also me. I do have a tendency to cling, and I think a lot of people also have a tendency to cling on certain memories or like emotions that they want to hold on to. Like I don't want to say the word trauma because I think because everybody is saying trauma and it lost its meaning,
Yeah.
at least for me. But I think I have a lot of experiences that also made me who I am today. And you are right, healing is kind of messy
Mm.
and also very painful. Healing
Yeah.
is painful, actually. It's
Yeah.
so,
That's crazy, no?
yeah,
It's
because
like,
you're supposed to heal. And then
yeah,
actually, it really is.
it hurts. Yeah.
When situations like that happen, or like when you remember something,
Mm.
or like something that makes you feel a very strong emotion, how do you usually deal with these things? Or like if you think that you can't face them, what are you doing in the meantime?
Mm. That's a good question. Right off the bat, I would say cry.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, this is my like it's time. Like my 2 minute cry session
Yeah.
is on. Cry, I do that also. But then if it's like more of like very uncomfortable types of emotions, like I don't know, I have this like I'm having this fight with someone or this argument with someone, um, and it's making me so upset. Um, I would usually just distance myself. Art, I think, is something I mentioned yesterday. Like I was making this post on World Art Day,
Yeah.
yay! So art
Yeah.
is something that I do. I really love doing, but I just don't have the time at the moment. Um, but yeah, like it's sort of like obviously you know what I'm saying. Like putting all the emotions into like something you're writing or like a painting that you're trying to paint what you feel with like all these colors. Like if this emotion were a color or a set of colors, what would it look like? How would they sort of merge together and then create this sort of thing? But yeah, like that's been fun. I think that is one of the healthiest ways to sort of deal instantly, but I can't really say it's something that would heal me. It's like healing is
Yeah.
more of facing like why was I angry or why did that upset me? Like what could I have done? Sort of what is it in me? What could have like,
Yeah. And it's also um, dealing with these things need a lot of alone time. So knowing that maybe you're probably busy because you also have a daughter and you have a job, you have to juggle all these things. So there is no, I'm assuming there is no alone time at
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the, well, basically the main difference between you and me is we feel those things, but I am alone and I really have no choice but to deal with it. Like I
Mm,
have to really deal with it because I have no one. And sometimes like when I'm like just here in my apartment, like I would watch a show and then pause it and like, why am I watching this? Like I have watched this 3 times in the past few days and I am
mm,
still watching the same show. Like why am I in this cycle? So I have, sometimes it gets to me na,
mm,
okay, well, I think I am avoiding something and it would help to me for to just sit in the room
mm.
and then all these things just come in like you have to deal with all of this. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, you're angry at this person. Oh, by the way, you're kind of anxious about this. And then also, what the fuck did you say yesterday to that other guy? Like so it's like all of these
Yeah.
things. You have to find your alone time someday or maybe you have to just do it in the shower
Yeah,
all the
no,
time.
that's yeah, that's absolutely what I do. Like the shower is the only time I get to
Yeah.
be alone. So with my thoughts.
Yeah.
But no, actually so like on the topic of alone time, it's I feel like it's very, very important to have that some at least like for a very busy person or like someone who lives with 5 people that they have to take care of or whatever. I feel like it's something you should schedule on your actual calendar because I mean just like the noise, I feel like there's like noise already in my brain, but then there's also like the outside noise. So
Yes.
right, exactly. So yeah, alone time is good. I love alone time.
You can just go for a ride or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
No,
go for
actually,
a
yeah.
drive.
No, there was this one time I think I had like a sort of meltdown. And then I was like, oh, fuck this. I'll just go out for a drive since like baby is sleeping, like the kids are sleeping. So yeah, I went out. I went to McDonald's and like I had this meal in the parking lot while I was crying. I'm like, what is this life? Why?
That is
So
so main character, but also yes, very
no, I
very
feel like
sad.
it's yeah, it is sad, but it's like you know how we like often send or exchange memes about or like the TikToks or the reels of Hilary Duff in like the movies in that
Oh
era. I
yeah.
think that was like a big influence to sort of those sort of like driving out and like crying in the rain and sort
Yeah.
of eating and
Yes.
yeah.
Uh influences basically like
Yeah.
we were painted like that. You are
Yeah.
now like that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that kind of reminds me of like, you know how they say, nah, you are everyone you've ever met before, or something like that.
Ooh,
No?
yeah. Okay.
So, like at work, even. So, like, we have these meetings, right? And then I find myself sort of talking like the person I'm having meetings with, the like often meetings with. So it's like, okay. Is that how the brain works good? It's like meant to sort of, I don't know.
Mirror.
Yeah, right? No? Or is that like a personality?
Ooh, I think it is kind of, yes, the brain, because your brain is like on survival mode all the time, I would
Mm,
assume. So it's like, okay, for me to appeal to this person, I must, be
mm,
this person and look like I'm not like,
mm,
hello, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm like you. I guess
yeah,
that's how I would
yeah.
see it. And I don't know if this is also you,
What?
but do you sometimes pretend? I'm sure a lot of people do, but do you sometimes pretend that you're in a talk show or like you're
Girl,
so
I'd be straight up having conversations with myself.
yes,
And then,
exactly. So
no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's it. This is me doing this is like a release of that. Because I would imagine and I would just talk to myself, like I would have conversations with myself. But I think with this, I am actually like it's now an excuse to insert that thing that I do. So I like it because I get to do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I I love the imagination. We should talk about that. I love
Yeah.
imagining that I am in a talk show and all the time it's always with Conan O'Brien. Like
Um, so I just had like a funny thought about imagination. So like this is not exactly someone interviewing me or like being in a talk show exactly, but you know how like when you're so deep into the song or something, or like there's this song with a female voice that's very nice or like really really nice. Like I would imagine that I was the one who sang. That's my sort of form of imagination where I'm like singing that song. Imagine being or like having Regina Velasquez's voice.
oh my god.
And then,
Yes.
I mean,
That
like
doesn't
you
get
might as well, right? It's so far fetched.
yes.
You might as well. Yeah, like the pitches and all that. No, actually, it's sometimes like more on music stuff. Sometimes also I imagine myself as those people who like do all of this. I'm sorry, I forgot the term, or if there is a term for that, but there's like these people who do all the instruments and they put it all together and basically it's a one man band. So they sing and then they do the
Yeah, yeah,
keyboards and
yeah.
then they do the drums also. So sometimes I imagine myself being that type of person. I'm like records. I'm doing the keyboards. I'm like doing the
Same.
drums.
You know what I imagine like always here, especially because I'm alone, is I'm in a
Uh-huh.
concert and I'm like
Yeah.
I am playing guitar and piano and I can play all these instruments, huh, pero I'm terrible
Right.
at them. Pero in my imagination, I am
I'm
so good,
good.
and
Right.
even
Right.
I can dance in my imagination.
Like nadyo kay
I'm a very
nadyo
good
kay finesse
dancer.
ba? Like being
Yeah.
able to put like a concert up there and
Kuan siya ka ng it's not I think it's not cringe ha, pero it's just something that I think everyone does but don't talk about.
okay, so like with creating art, and then you know how you're so excited to push it out there, and then I find like with myself, I find that when I finally put it out there, and then I look at it, and I'm like, oh, I could have done something to this, or like I could have added this to make it better. Like I'm realizing that, oh, I missed the part, or something like that, or oh, I was thinking I wanted to put this there but then
Yeah.
I totally forgot. So exactly why it's important to leave your art sometimes alone and then give it some time to simmer and cook. But then yeah. But on that point also, Carla, like do you also feel that because I think you mentioned this on like the other show that you did like before this where um like for me at least whenever I put my art out there or things that I create I feel this anxiety like kind of embracing me after doing so because like I don't know it's like a personal thing but then I also want to share it but then like I don't want to be perceived I don't want people to say it's ugly or what and how do you like overcome that like
Spiraling
right
begins.
exactly right.
'Di ba there is like discipline in leaving your art and then
Mhm.
like letting it cook and
Mhm.
simmer, just to
Yeah.
echo what you said. But I think there's you also have to find like the courage to let go of it, and then like because when it's done, it's like you made it, but like when you share it, like it's not yours anymore because it
Mm.
doesn't matter. Someone else will comprehend it
Mm.
in
It's
a
out of your control, Nano.
different, yeah, it's not
Yeah,
your control anymore. Like
yeah.
even movies, right? Like even though there is a theme or a moral lesson in movies, it depends kinsa ang nag-watch. Like that's why
Mm,
when we rewatch childhood cartoons like mga Disney, we
mm,
now watch it in a different POV because before we were just like, oh, princess, princess,
mm.
princess, and then like now it's like, why? Like that was
That was
so
not for
sad.
children.
Why
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you sacrifice yourself? So it's like, yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the the puzzle of art.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for the time. It was actually
Yes.
3 hours, so it's 2 hours and 53 minutes,
Yeah.
to be exact. Thank you for being here, Sham. Do you have anything that you want to say to everyone who's listening, or you want to put out there? Um, you want to plug something or announce something or
Y-
wise words?
Yeah, well, wait, first of all, I'd like to say thank you, Kyla, for being such a great interviewer. With the compliments again. But no, it's like, it's so nice to have these conversations because I would never have gone to like any podcast really. Because, like, if I feel like the person I'm speaking with doesn't create this safe space for me. Sorry, like I'm so self-centered, but no, you created that. So I'm very happy that the conversation was so nice. It's like, and it's refreshing to talk with someone about these things. So thank you. And wise words would be, I guess, be brave. And that's so cliche, no, to say be brave. But
Yes, but
but be brave despite it being cliche. Just go
yeah,
for it.
because cliche is facts.
Yeah.
Cliche is facts. That's why it's a cliche, right?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
thank you. I enjoyed
Thank
talking to
you.
you too. I hope you have a nice day.
You too. And I hope to see
Don't
you
be stressed.
soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
you will. You have no choice. I will be there outside your house someday. But
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. There was a tiny little audio problem on that last part, and it was my fault. I'm still learning this stuff, okay? And then I just wanted to say, Sham, you were not self centered at all, and I'm glad that you felt safe under the sink. And then what else? I had another note. Oh, and I think the person who said that cliches are facts was Neil. I remembered him saying that like a few years back. Yeah, but anyway, just a few announcements and messages from our sponsors. I wish I could say that, but no, we don't have any sponsors. But there are announcements, particularly just from me. On the 23rd of April, I have a new song that will be released into the wild, and it features my sister. And I don't know if it'll show up tomorrow because that's when I scheduled it, but I don't know how distributors work, and I don't know the timelines of it all and how long it will show up on Spotify. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, I'm doing that. And also, the future solo episodes for Under the Sink show, I did realize that I tend to cram and I tend to, you know, run out of possible topics. So I thought that maybe every now and then I would read something from my journal or read something from a past blog post and just reflect on it and see if there are any wise words, like a Bible study of some sort, but it's just me core. Everything that I wrote before is under my sink, and maybe it's relatable, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not that person anymore, and maybe we can, together explore human experiences. Sometimes you experience things and you think you're alone, and then you're actually not because someone else is also experiencing that. And I think I just want to do that, okay? Under the Sink Show is a The Love Club production, and I'm very, very grateful that you are always here, that you enjoy this. So I hope you have a great week. I hope you have an amazing. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you can do it. You can do anything. Thank you so much.